Welcome back here in the Shark Tank for the third period now. Black Bears lead at 7-2 over the River Sharks. Sam Levechi, the goaltender for Elmira, he took over halfway through the second. Connor McAnanama, still the goaltender for Binghamton. He stopped 18 of the 20 shots he's faced. Elmira as a whole stopped 30 of the 37 shots they've faced. Binghamton back to the hockey that they are used to, scoring in bunches after a tough weekend over in Michigan. Black Bears seem to have found their scoring touch once again. Elmira still has 20 minutes on the board to make a comeback. This league, nothing is impossible, especially with scorers like Stephen Klink and Davide Gaeta. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because before you can score 5, you got to score 1. Still waiting to put, there it is, 20 minutes on the big board. Final period, final meeting between these two teams in this building. They'll meet 2 more times in Visions Veteran Memorial Arena coming up right now. Fletcher and Klink skate in for the draw. It's won back by Klink, who's now line mates with Gaeta and Craig. Fletcher on the takeaway, out in front, and Ramacurse couldn't find Fletcher on the back door. Ramacurse crunched, and a penalty coming here on Gignac. So Binghamton heading back to the power play with 16 seconds in. JT Walters announced a game misconduct. He's done for the night. But a Binghamton power play of Vincenzo Pizzeria penalty kill coming up as Kirkby wins the draw. Kirkby over to Bond. His shot high and wide off the boards. Kirkby collects the rebound. Over by the dot, gives it back to Bond. Bond to Kirkby. Those two play catch. And Bond, shot saved by Levechi. Here's Bond. Kirkby looking for the hat trick. Levechi got across. Sam Levechi facing his former club. 1 minute 33 left on the Gignac penalty. Kirkby wins the draw back to Bond. Bond across, gives it to Logar, Binghamton's leading power play scorer. Over to Kirkby, couldn't get enough on it. He had the net wide open. Hats were about to fly, but Kirkby couldn't get a piece of it. Bond out in front, Tosto had it behind him. And now Asp will skate and get it out of the zone. He'll give it up to Parker. Parker going to go one-on-one here with Kirkby. He'll just take it in, kill some clock. And now he's back on the attack. Kirkby gives it up to Logar. Logar over the red line, over the blue line now. Turning and curling. Fitzgerald has a hit off his skates. And now a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Parker across, shot, saved by the glove of McAnanama on Peavy. He's been sensational tonight. His 19th save of the contest, maybe his biggest of the game. Short-handed as Binghamton starts the other way. Steffen sends it around the boards to Stone. Stone with a nice keep of the zone, gives it across, too hot to handle for Fletcher. Steffen looking for Somro on his offhand, and Fitzgerald holds it at the line. Gignac standing with 10 to go. Shot from Stone, rides up and high on Levechi. And now Merkel in the middle of something right in front of the goal. Looks like it's with Fletcher. .40 shots now for the Binghamton Black Bears. 7 of them have touched the twine. Well, 8 of them have touched the twine, but 7 have counted. Tyson Kirkby had a goal wiped away in the first period. Klink will take the draw here now against Kyle Steffen. And it's won backed by Steffen over to Stone. Stone shot right into the pads of Lavechi. He'll hold on. 7:45 left in the third period. 1 second to go on Gignac. That must be the worst feeling with 1 second to go, having to wait. Steffen and Klink will do it again. As here's Gignac out of the box, he'll skate straight to the bench for a change. McAnanama will play it over to Fitzgerald. Colin Fitzgerald to Stone. Out in front. Excuse me, Utoro out of nowhere. Samaro tried to get it to Steffen, couldn't get it there, and it's held in by Samaro. Samaro knocked down in a 2-on-2. It's Gaeta joined in Klink, and it's out in front. No one could find it, and Binghamton will start the other way. Andrew Utoro, the forward from Michigan, spent some time in junior hockey in Utah, throws it off his former teammate's mask. It's caught by Ramekers. That one will just hit off the back of the net. As it's held in on a clearing attempt by Liam Anderson. Stick snapped for Klink. Lavechi forced to cover up. Weber and Klink having some words. And now Liam Anderson sheds the gloves. They're going to go. Anderson and Pozar. Anderson throwing some right. And he gets on top of Pozar. That one's going to come to an end. Not much of a fighter is he known for, Liam Anderson, but sheds the gloves there. Pozar will take a seat down with him. They'll get 5 minutes apiece. Some time to chat between the boxes. As Weber helps to clean up the yard sale left by the two. Putting a little life back into the first arena crowd that have gone pretty silent during that second period. You get a good look at the Elmira bench. Merkel and Logar having a conversation, probably discussing weekend plans, or maybe not. Well, if they're discussing weekend plans, Merkel's plan is he's heading over to Watertown. Logar's plan is he's heading back to Binghamton to face the Danbury Hat-Tricks. And it looks like Merkel's going to buy himself a seat in the box as well. Second trip to the box tonight for MJ. Former Black Bear himself, now assistant coach here with Tyler George of the Elmira River Sharks. Well, waiting for this to all get sorted out. And it looks like it has. It looks like we'll be ready to play some hockey again. Binghamton with 5 along with Elmira, so we'll still stay even strength. But those benches getting awfully empty. Well, nothing less to expect from these two teams. The I-86 rivalry, a fiery night here on a Wednesday in Elmira. Black Bears up 7-2 over the River Sharks as the puck's dropped, and it's Powell playing it behind his own net. Powell over across, gave it to Asp. Powell and Asp matched up for the first time tonight. Powell looking for an outlet. He'll decide to skate it himself until he gives it over to Asp. And that pass just out of reach of Newman. So it'll be an icing down in the Elmira end. So Merkel also slapped with a 10-minute misconduct. He'll be in that box for quite a while. And now this draw is won back by the River Sharks and Cody Rogers. Burst of speed here from Rasmus Asp. He takes on 3 Black Bears, navigates through all 3 of them until he's forced off the puck, and Ramacurs comes away with it. Stone. Intercepted by de Blasio. That's Mateo de Blasio. No nameplate on the back, but able to tell who it is by that. Stone to Kirkby. Tosto streaking. Gets it over to him. Blake Tosto turning and curling. Tosto waits for reinforcements. Pass in front. Kirkby almost had the hat trick. Thompson almost had his, excuse me. Also with 2 goals tonight. Looks like Fitzgerald a little worse for wear after that hit. 2-on-1. Shot. Newman. He off the post. Rebound. Penalty coming along with some rough stuff. Kirkby and de Blasio going to shed the gloves. I think everybody's focused down there. They haven't noticed Kirkby and de Blasio. They're going with fisticuffs. Kirkby with some rights. De Blasio not able to get that hand free. And Kirkby takes him down pretty easily, as de Blasio just unable to get that hand free. And if I'm correct, that should be a Gordie Howe hat trick for Tyson Kirkby. Net knocked off its mooring. Austin Thompson will join Kirkby in the box. Newman will join Posar and Merkel. Yard sales still needing to be cleaned up on the ice, as Tosto giving his glove back to Kirkby. Both teams with black and white gloves today, so a little confusing on whose is whose, but I'm sure they'll figure it out. Coach Church with a stick in his hand. I don't know who it belongs to. It looks like McAnanama is going to skate over to have a conversation with Nolan Egbert, the backup goalie for Binghamton. Newman skating back over. So Newman's going to skate, getting a penalty here, as it's getting explained now to Cody Rogers and Jesse Anderson. Ozar gets himself an ice pack from a fan in the stands. (15-21), shots 21-41. Binghamton leads that category as they lead the goal scoring category 7-2. 5-minute major on the board. Thompson's going to get the 5-minute major. Coach Church looks like he's getting an explanation, so is Coach Sherwood. The Jeopardy music rings out here in Elmira. MJ Merkel just sitting there with a smile on his face talking to Tyson Kirkby in the box. Those two former teammates with Binghamton. Kirkby now the captain of the club. Still some explanations being sorted out here. Powell and Yarwood getting it for Elmira. Anderson getting the explanations for Binghamton. Only penalty on the board so far is the 5-minute major to Austin Thompson. So if this stands, Elmira will have a 5-on-4 advantage for 5 minutes. They can score as much as they want. And Thompson will not be released until the full 5 minutes is up, which is huge when you're down by multiple goals. Elmira could get themselves right back in it, especially with 15:21 left to go. Looks like we're just about set to drop this puck. Or are they going to move this one into the Binghamton zone? They are. Thompson gets 5 minutes for major interference. De Blasio and Kirkby 5 minutes apiece for fighting, as they're going to move the faceoff back to where it started. All right, puck is down, hockey's back on. Fletcher wins it back to Weber. And Weber's just going to send this one down. He's got 4:52 to kill. As Elmira with a big chance here. They need to convert for multiple goals to get themselves back in it. Plenty of time if they can. But a turnover now as Fletcher will just take it, go inside out, hold on to it, and it's tipped out to Anderson. Jesse, that is. Liam in the box. Jesse throws it off the boards. No River Sharks home to play it, except for Pickford, who was going off for a change. If he touches it, it's too many men. Yarwood behind his own goal, leaves it there. Back, does he get it? And Yarwood looking for a friend. He gets it to Klink. Klink. Yarwood in that spot. He likes to set up in for the one-timer. Gets the pass. He scores! Second of the night, Cam Yarwood. And suddenly, the lead shrinks. Looks like they're going to save that puck for Yarwood. A beautiful pass from Klink, and Yarwood set up right in his office. Beats Macananama. The River Sharks have life. Scoring quickly, 49 seconds in. And now it's one forward. Here's Stephen Klink. Klink couldn't get alone. Bond instead will clear it. Lavecchi plays it back. Elmira's going to start the rush. That's Blake Peavy. Couldn't get the pass across to the latest goal scorer, Yarwood. And now Pickford's going to double back. Pickford skates through two Black Bears and gets it up to Yarwood. Yarwood leaves it back there for Peavy. He's harassed from behind by Steffen, and it's cleared. "14 minutes to go here in the third. Powell behind his goal. Klink lost it to Utoro. And now it's sent down by Connor Craig. Newman loses the puck to Fitzgerald. Interesting fact about Colin Fitzgerald, his brother in AAA baseball with the Kansas City Royals, selected in the Rule 5 draft this year from Boston. So a very cool thing. You'll notice on Fitzgerald's stick, he uses baseball tape. As here's a breakaway for Newman. Couldn't get a handle on it. Instead of hockey tape, back to my point on Fitzgerald. Out in front, shot. Ricochets out wide. And it's cleared down by Samara. Craig got it at the red line, gave it across to Gignac, who sends it deep. Fitzgerald the one on it, taken away by Gaeta. Davide Gaeta gives it up to Rogers. Gaeta across. Craig, one-timer whiffed on by Gignac. Set up in the Yarwood office. This one's going to ride the glass. And we'll see if Gignac can get there in time. He can. And now Rogers. Pass in front. Macananama got it with the glove. I don't know if it would have went wide if he didn't. But either way, a stellar save from the Binghamton netminder. Cody Rogers, he'll go over the blue line. Send it around. And Powell will keep it in, but it'll be set offside. 12:30 left to go here. Binghamton now up 7-3. Elmira pushing back. They have taken the penalty off the board for Austin Thompson, so I'm unsure of how much time is left. But it looks like we're going to head to immediate timeout, so we will find out when we get back. Binghamton still leads 7-3. Welcome back inside First Arena. 12:30 left to go. 2:09 left on the Austin Thompson major penalty.
First Arena, let's make some noise for your Elmira River Sharks.
And the River Sharks have already scored on this power play, looking to do it one more time or better with about 2 minutes to go. It's Yarwood. He tries dropping it back a little too hard to Pickford, who gave it right back to Yarwood. Taken away now by Tosto. Drop pass. Fletcher had 2 River Sharks on him. It got blocked on the way. And now it's sent up to Peavy. Blake Peavy gave it over to Yarwood. He'll just double back, wait for reinforcements, and now start his rush. Gets it over to Klink. Stephen Klink, shot right into the breadbasket of Macananama. 11:48 left here in the third. 41-23 are the shots in favor of the Black Bears. 7-3 is the score in favor of them as well. 1:27 left on the Austin Thompson major. So Elmira looking to score at least one more time to cut this to 3. But that's not going to help him as it's cleared out of the zone. Lavecchi's going to have to come out and play it. Lavecchi over to Pickford. Pickford's going to wait behind his net, get the outbreak he wants, and it's Gaeta who comes away with it. Excuse me. Davide Gaeta gives it to Klink. Klink chased by Steffen, gave it over to Powell, over to Pickford. Pickford to Yarwood. Yarwood slap shot looking for the deflection. Gaeta got it, but it went wide. Scrum in the corner, comes along. Kyle Powell's going to be the first one on it. He tries to get it to Pickford, no luck. Andrew Utoro's just going to send it down, and Lavecchi's going to have to come out and play it. 40 seconds to go on the penalty to Austin Thompson. Nearly halfway through this period, Yarwood doubles it back. And now Klink's going to go over the line. Klink over the blue line, taken down legally. One back by Gaeta. Davide Gaeta stopped by Macananama and held on to. Well, the chances have been there as Posar and Anderson are released from the box, but Connor Macananama's looked real strong tonight. One back here by Rogers. Over to Craig. Craig gave it down low. Shot from Gaeta. Bounced up and wide. Now it's going to be Rogers tussling down there with Jesse Anderson. Austin Thompson liberated from the box. Puck coming his way. But it's a good job to get back by Craig. However, Logar takes it away. Logar, back, shot, up and over the net from Fletcher. Logar drops it to Thompson. That pass was muffled. And now here comes Elmira. They'll just chip and chase as they want to get a wholesale change. Weber over to his partner, Liam Anderson. And then it gets to Kyle Steffen. Over to Justin Somero. Onside, Weber jumping the play. Weber gets back to his normal position on the defensive line, throws it out, and it's blocked away. Anderson going to pinch, but that one's going to be sent out to Utoro, who's going to try to get across. And a great play by Somero to come get it back to Utoro. Off the crossbar on top of the net. Don't know how often you see that. Asp has to play it off legally with his hand in the defensive zone. As here's Somero's shot wide. Utoro behind the net. 9:18 left here. Liam gets it over to Weber. That puck hits off the top of the glass. Liam crunched by Rasmus Asp. And now it's Somero who has it right by the half wall. Extended zone time for the Black Bears. It's Weber with the puck. Weber does a little shimmy move. Gets it down low. In front, Somero, full extension save by Lavecchi. He's got it. He's got the next one too. Sam Lavecchi. As Kirkby and de Blasio are released from the box. Just leaving lone MJ Merkel without any friends. .853 left here in this one. Still 7-3 Black Bears. We'll be right back after this media timeout. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Shark Tank. Elmira getting set for a defensive zone draw. 2 minutes up on the board for both Justin Somero and Brett Parker, so we're going to skate 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. 8:53 left. Kirkby against Peavy, and it's won back by Peavy to Yarwood. Drop pass now. It's Pickford. Pickford's going to go all the way up the ice. Going to get through a few Black Bears. Pickford, pass across, didn't get there. A good stop by Fitzgerald. And Kirkby's going to send it right back to him. Anderson gave it over to Fitzgerald. Fitzy over the blue line, gives it back to Kirkby. Kirkby lost the puck as he was going for the toe drag. And now Anderson around the net almost stuffed it into Lavecchi. But Lavecchi got the pads there in time. 12 minutes have ticked off the clock. River Sharks have scored once. They're going to need a couple more to get back in this one as this goes cross ice. Klink and Kirkby getting acquainted down low. Fitzgerald with the puck. This is going to be sent in Kirkby's direction. He'll just chip it out. 2-on-1. Thompson and Anderson, but he couldn't get it there in time. As Elmira will go back into their own zone. River Sharks starting up. Starting their engine, it's Klink. Gignac sent it in. Klink trying to get it from Dan Stone. He will not. He'll give it to Dakota Bond instead. And now Thompson over to Steffen. Kyle Steffen drags suit power move. Almost able to get it past Lovecki, but he stands tall. As now it's Bond. Tosto. That shot blocked by de Blasio. And Powell's going to skate with it. Somero and Parker set to be released in one. There they go, back on the ice. 5-on-5 here, 7 minutes left. Powell, right by the half wall it comes. Stone sends it up. Tosto to Anderson. Back to Tosto. It's going to be asked back behind his goal to recover it. Powell in a battle there with Fletcher. Victor, the one in the red jersey. Weber. Over to Anderson. Powell jumping in the play. Playing some forward here tonight. Some guys out of the lineup is Kyle Powell. And now here's Liam Anderson. He got in that scrap earlier on. He's crunched into the boards by Newman. As Apps sends it up to Newman. Now the River Sharks enter the zone. Gaeta sends it down. And Ramekers over by the boards. He'll give it off to Logar, who sends it cross ice to Weber. Dan Weber. Steffen crashing the goal, throws it off the pads of Posar. Nothing will come of it. Heading towards the final 5 minutes of this one. Story has been the power play for the Black Bears. 4 goals on it as Gaeta. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Posar. He's got Rogers joining, and it goes off Rogers' stick. Beautiful opportunity, just rolled off Rogers' stick. As Fitzgerald's going to go cross ice the other way. Fitzgerald can't get that one as he's closed off by the Elmira defense. 2-on-1 again. Gaeta, Rogers one more time. Gaeta across. Rogers tied up. Gaeta gets thrown into the boards. Here's Pickford in front. Pickford, shot stopped by Connor McAnanama. Connor McAnanama has been sensational tonight. Given everything the Black Bears needed and more. Both teams being told to go back to their respective benches. We'll take one more immediate timeout. 4:57 to go. Don't go anywhere. A fiery finish set for this one. Welcome back inside the Shark Tank. Face-off won by the River Sharks, Pickford. Stone ties up with Parker. He comes away the victor, gets that one over to Austin Thompson. Thompson been sensational tonight, 2 goals and 1 assist. Gives it over to Tosto, who has 2 assists and 1 goal. Tosto sends it over to Thompson, who gave it up to Bond. Dakota Bond over to Dan Stone. Dan Stone shot. Rebound out in front. Kirkby looking for the hat trick. No good. As this will be sent up and out of the zone. Kirkby going to have that pass just too hot to handle. Binghamton going to be guilty of icing with 4:18 to go.
All right, first arena, just a reminder, meet and greet tonight with your River Sharks will be at the downstairs bar. Bar will be open 1 hour, 30 minutes after the game. If you want a light from the Booster Club, winning number 132.
Face-off coming in the Binghamton Black Bears zone. Swan won back by Kirkby, took it away from Peavy. Kirkby hits it off the ref, so it's kept in the zone. They're in play. Yarwood over to Pickford. Pickford shot, looking for a redirection. McAnanama didn't like it. Parker was. Well, with 4:03 to go, McAnanama is going to just hold on and melt it down. Full sail change coming for both squads here. As Kirkby wins yet another one back to Dan Weber. This one sent back to Thompson now. Austin Thompson, he'll send it up ice to Liam Anderson, just too far ahead of him. Posar is going to get on his horse to go get it. Send it back to his partner, Merkel. Merkel released from the box after taking that game misconduct. Here's Rogers. He gave it over to Posar. Posar sends that one in deep past McAnanama. Fletcher's going to come out to get it by the dots. And it's Logar going to turn up ice. Andrew Logar over the red line. He'll just send it in. Lavecchi's going to grab it with the glove with 3:23 to go. As Binghamton looks like they're going to be heading towards their 107th point, 107 points. This could be a potential playoff preview of round 1, whether it's Watertown or Elmira. We know they're probably going to end up playing the Black Bears unless something catastrophic happens with Motor City and Binghamton. Asp over the blue line. He'll just send it in. Weber after it. Dan Weber sends it up. Scott Ramekers now by his own blue line. Ramekers gave it back to Weber, has to double back a little bit, but Binghamton's all right with that, just trying to get these last 3 minutes off the clock and go home with a victory. Ramekers over the blue line, turning back. Sends it in deep. Penalty coming against the River Sharks. With 2:51 to go. Coach Sherwood seems more than pleased with his team as MJ Merkel will take another seat in the box. I believe that's his 3rd trip tonight. Kirkby will square up with Peavy. Kirkby's going to win another one. He's been on fire in that face-off dot all night. Bond shot just wide. Slashing for Merkel. Tosto down by the dot, across. Thompson wasn't in the spot. Kirkby looking for the hat trick. Logar, over to Thompson. Bond, over to Kirkby now. Binghamton content with just running the clock here. Time is their friend. Kirkby still looking for the hat trick along with Thompson. That one rides up and high from Kirkby. Bond's going to keep it in. No, he doesn't. Final 2 minutes here in the period. Wednesday night hockey, both these teams scheduled to play in 2 more days. Now Elmira's going to head to the North Country. Binghamton's going to welcome Danbury for, I believe, their Hall of Fame night. Also believe they have some specialty Binghamton Whaler jerseys coming up. Bond comes over the line, gives it to Kirkby. And 1 minute left on the MJ Merkel penalty. That's going to be cleared down now by the River Sharks all the way to Mackinac. And now Bond will play it behind his own net. 1 minute 45 to go. Ramekers inside out. Pickford took it away. Hit Stone, but it still bounces out with under 100 seconds. Fitzgerald. Over to Anderson. Jesse, that is. Jesse over the blue line. Takes a look up at the clock, sees Brett Parker, and decides to give it back to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald up by the blue line, gave it over to Stone. Dan Stone sent it down. Now it's back to Colin Fitzgerald's stick. Fitzgerald shot it right into Parker. That couldn't have felt good as Stone. Lovecchi with a sprawling save. 1 minute to go here in the third. It's going to be a happy bus ride home for the Binghamton Black Bears. As here's Steffen. Turning and curling. Merkel out of the box. Final 45 on the clock. Now Merkel gets it out. Does a little inside out on Liam Anderson with 30 to play. 47 shots for the Black Bears, 26 for the River Sharks as Merkel finishes a hit on Anderson after the play. Penalty coming. So Merkel, and here we go. Josh Fletcher and MJ Merkel. 24 seconds in this one. Sizing each other up. Fletcher goes for him with the right. Gets him. Right, left's being thrown by Fletch. As Fletcher gets some good licks in on MJ, but MJ with the takedown. A good scrap all around. Fletcher with some nice licks in there. MJ had the takedown. He'll hype up the crowd one more time and then head to the locker room. Same with Fletch. He'll give a little wink to the Binghamton fans here in attendance. Fourth straight game with a fight for Josh Fletcher. One in Watertown, one in Port Huron, one in Motor City, and now one here in Elmira. We'll wait to see where this one's going to be dropped. Powell going to be the one to serve it for Merkel, who got an extra 2 minutes on the play, so it's going to be a Binghamton power play out of this. Coach Sherwood electing to send Anderson, Logar, Thompson, Kirkby, and Tosto. It looks like we have something on the ice that needs to be cleared off. I believe that's a piece of someone's visor. I don't know. Be interested to hear what that was after the game. Kirkby loses this one to Newman. And it's just sent out of the zone with the final 17 to play. Mackinac just going to give it up to Kirkby. 10 seconds to go. Throws it up to Tosto. One last entrance for the Black Bears. Tosto shot saved by Lovecchi. Sent out of the zone. Not yet. Anderson, 1 second. That'll do it. The Black Bears take this one by a score of 7-3. They end their 4-game losing streak, pick up 3 points against the Elmira River Sharks, and a bit of a sour ending to this season at First Arena. Let's hope there's some more games here. We'll be right back with the 3 stars of the game after this, and then we'll send you off into the night one final time. Binghamton victor 7-3. Welcome back to First Arena as you get a look at the River Sharks going off the ice for hopefully not the last time this season. They have a very important series coming up right after this one with the Watertown Wolves. It'll probably set in stone. I shouldn't say set in stone, but it will probably give us a good inclination as to who will be making that final playoff spot. 3 stars of the game read as follow. 3rd star from the Binghamton Black Bears, number 91 with 1 goal and 2 assists, Blake Tosto. 2nd star also from the Black Bears with 2 goals, number 17, Tyson Kirkby. And the 1st star once again from the Black Bears with 2 goals and 1 assist, number 25, Austin Thompson. So for the River Sharks, time to regroup and get ready for Watertown. The Black Bears get ready to take on the Danbury Hat-Tricks, but Elmira just needs to wipe this one under the rug, get ready to go, because it'll be the biggest series they've faced so far up in the North Country. For everyone here at the Elmira River Sharks, Paulie Atwell, Don Kiernan, Matt, our amazing video guy, my name is Cole Parenti. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your broadcaster for these last 2 games. We will see you hopefully in the playoffs. Black Bears victors over the River Sharks 7-3 here on a Wednesday night.